Pacific time. It is a pleasure to have you here. What this channel is about, we come together at a regular time daily, and we use this time to kind of like feel into the energies that are and connect with the energies that are happening inside here to inform, because we're here to be embodied. So we do this through many things. We use resonance in the background. Hi guys, happy to have you here. Yee! That's what they were saying in the comments. So for all those who watch this on the replay or live, know that you're receiving all that you are needing to receive at this time according to your energetic field, and see if the messages resonate for you, those that come through. Sometimes we breathe together and there are different there are words that come through, I'll put it that way. This is new for me. This has been occurring for the last year that I've noticed. There may be plenty of you out there that are realizing at this time that you have a specific gift, if you will. We're all very special. No one's more special than the other, but we all have this innate that works through us and helps us work into the world as well. Different things that we bring to the world, different lights. We're all little bits of different light and not so little. We're actually, I've been thinking about this more and more, expanding in growth, right? We're not as small as we think. There's this whole concept too that the earth is very new, that like we're a child in the universe, when in actuality some of the information, the earth has been around for, the earth is not new. The earth has actually been around for longer than other planets. So that's a nice bit of information just to kind of have out there. We've learned so many different things in school, and it's kind of nice when I find that information that is like, no, actually, here's your upgraded version of that. It was great for what they taught us in the very beginning, but here's your upgraded version. I am streaming horizontally again. Hey, Northern California. Oh, that's you. Peace and joy. Hello, welcome. Welcome back. Great to have you here. So, while we're waiting for the other chatters to get on, I just came off of a rock. I had a conference call on Courthouse, I don't know if it's called the Mountain Courthouse Rock, but over by Bell Rock in Sedona. I was climbing, I was walking this morning, taking an early walk. I had meant to get onto Pamela Arlen's lesson that she was doing this morning at 9 Eastern time, but I couldn't figure it out. I've had this issue before trying to figure out Patreon with her in particular. It's very odd. I've been able to get on Patreon with other YouTubers. I actually gave it like a good half hour, maybe longer. And after that, I was like, whew, all right, too much something. So got in some water, showered up, got all fresh. That's why my hair is all fluffy. Welcome the fluffy hair. And I went for a walk out into the desert and found a really high spot I wanted to get to because somebody out there was playing the flute. I did not meet them, but I kind of like traveled over to where the music was and then decided to not disturb them, but to climb higher. Hi guys. Yeah, I had a great morning. Fantastic. And I forgot about a conference call. So the conference call, about the time I was ready to come down from there, was happening. All had to do with the podcast that I'm on right now. I'm on a podcast every Friday at 9 o'clock Mountain Standard Time at Humankind. So you guys can look up at Humankind Podcast. I believe that's the name on YouTube. And you can see me there on Fridays before I get on live with you guys. So big things, big fun things. so fun that I'm like, am I traveling back to Colorado? I have things to do. I definitely have important life things to navigate and take care of, but I also have a person over there that I'm collaborating with to have that all go smoothly. So it'll kind of depend on that, how long I'm here in Sedona. I'll be here until March 24th. If any of you that are coming on here are in Sedona, that's how long I'll be here. And what's coming in today? There were a couple cards that came in today, and I've never worked with this deck before. It's called Gateway of Light Activations. Looks just like this, by Kyle Gray. And so what's been coming in this morning is your heart, and how your heart is the stellar gateway, the Stargate. Many of us have seen that movie Stargate, right? In which we can, there's a traveling of worlds happening, and we are universes within universes, worlds within worlds. If you've ever looked at a cell, like through a microscope, or looked at anything through a microscope, you can see everything that's going on. It's a whole other world. And that is something we possess through the Stargate of the heart, which is kind of neat. I've told you guys that occasionally I've been a part of just participating in the background of, it's called the STARGATE Experience. And I don't know if they're still traveling, but for a while there, they were traveling, and they were having online activations at very reasonable price points, by the way. And guess what I found when I look at this? This, my friends, is a mini version of a Stargate. There is the man, there are two people. There's a man and a woman, and they both channel a being that comes through, and they've been channeling for a while. And the man, who's been channeling for much longer, they both channel the same being. It's the first time that I've ever actually seen that before. And this is the Stargate that he was given instructions on how to create specific measurements to create these Stargate portals, and then was given directions to go around the earth in different places and place these Stargates, either bury them in the ground. I think a lot of them are buried into the ground, but there was an episode where I saw them bring this to Mount Shasta and put it at the headwaters where everybody goes to get their clean water through the lava tubes. Lava's been coming up a lot the last year, like entering into the womb, the lava, the water that flows through the lava tubes. And this is what they take people through when they say, go ahead and invite your Stargate in. So it's a connection to the heart, and then this sacred geometry, I'll show you the top. I'm just kind of showing you and feel into what you feel, what you see, what you're sensing when you look at this sacred geometry. I'll keep it still for a moment. Okay, being still for a moment, I can feel something in my body as I'm holding the Stargate. Through like third eye, I can feel it through like the front of my face, the jawline. I can feel it through my hands. And then there's the top, the pyramid on top. This is how you usually see it on their website, is from this angle. But they have a life-size Stargate, guys. They bring to different areas, and they sit within the Stargate, like a person will sit right here and either hold the energetic space as they take people through quantum jumping through different stargates to different places. It's not always the same place that they have people travel to through their meditations. It's quite special, and I was very excited to see one here, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. I'll show you from this angle. Yes, the original ones, I'm not sure what this one is made of. I don't know. I'll have to ask my friend more about it. But the original one was made out of copper, to answer your question here in the chat. What was interesting about this is that he wanted to know exactly the measurements right away. Like, what do I need measurement-wise so I can get the right amount of copper that I need to produce these? And the being that was assisting him in the construction of this is like, you'll know. And he was saying, Pergit is his name, he was saying how at that time it was very hard for him to trust. Like, here he was being told that he was going to build something like this, and wanting to go like to Home Depot and get the materials, and they were like, don't worry about it, you'll know. And he's like, but how will I build this? So they gave him the measurements. He went and he got the supplies, and he was quite astounded to find out that as he started working with the metal, the pipes, he knew exactly how to make this. And why did he know exactly how to make this? He occasionally will channel with another woman, and she tells the story of how when they were kids, they both would travel to different places, and she remembers him. She remembers him as a little boy. They used to travel. Some people out there will travel to ships when they're younger. Sometimes it's because of severe trauma that's happened, and sometimes there's just other reasons why they're connecting on actual ships, galactic ships. But she remembers they came together much, much, much later in life, and she remembers seeing this boy playing with these metal pieces on the ground of the ship and building these. And he didn't remember that. He did not remember that until she mentioned it. But before that, he simply trusted his clairsenses, trusted the inner knowing, and he built it. And I think the first one's on Maui. Just holding it, I can feel there's something here. Now, I don't feel energy how some, where they can get like a clear idea. Let me be real quiet for a minute and see if there's anything that comes through. Turn up the frequency. This could be a time that you go ahead and breathe with me. Go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Breathing into the stargate of your heart. Feeling the connection between you and I and the stargate itself. Knowing that the stargate is also here with you. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Feel with me. Feel within you. Do you sense anything from the Stargate energy coming through? Breathe. As Brigitte would say, nothing to do. No place to go. There's only now. Feel into the resonance in the background. Feel into your heart. Receive. Allow. Breathe. No. Feel. Expand. You are safe. You are safe to open. To allow others to see you. Know you are safe. Breathe. This Stargate is a living consciousness. As she breathes, we breathe. As you breathe, we breathe. Breathe. Feel us with you. Breathe. Feel us as a friend. Breathe. A confidant. Feel safe. We love you. You are loved and cherished. You are free. Free and safe to open your hearts at this time. This is a new time. Open. Breathe. Feel. Continue to breathe. Continue to receive. Receiving exactly what is needed for you at this time. Supported you are. Feel. Love. Know. Is within you. You are a stargate. You are a portal. You are points of light on this earth, nurtured by the Mother. You are this connection, this bridge. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel. Thank you. If you joined me, slowly bring yourself back. Open your eyes. Ground in. Wow. I'm here for another day. I think that I will be sitting with the Stargate, this particular Stargate, for some quiet time later. Because I can feel the consciousness of the Stargate. It's very similar to what I felt when I walked the land yesterday. Those of you who are with me yesterday, I was walking along and I only went a short distance, but I could feel everything. I could feel a connection to everything. To all the plants, to the air, to the water, to the rock. And what's neat is going through our clear senses, it takes practice deciphering the energies coming in. And it's not something I have a whole lot of experience with so far. So it's really neat to have two experiences in a row where I was feeling the earth grid consciousness, the crystalline grid. And feeling the consciousness of the Stargate. I can actually feel an electric field through the bottom of my hand. Electricity going through. This is pretty cool, guys. Wow. Yeah, I can feel it all through the left side of my hand. But yeah, it's like the Stargate was breathing with us. So wrap your minds around that one. Here we have what looks like a solid object, right? It's heavy. It's made out of some sort of conductive metal. For all I know, this could be gold on the outside with copper on the inside. And gold is a very good conductor. So here we have this solid sacred geometry. And yet, it, he, she, being, this being, you can think of it as a being. Or, I don't know, telephone? Telephone to other consciousnesses. All I know is it felt like I was breathing with someone. It felt very similar to when there's a technique sometimes that comes up when I work with people where I get a sense of a hug. And it's not your average hug. It's a hug in which your breath becomes synchronistic with another. And you breathe, and you both remain in the hug until it feels correct to move away. And both people usually know when this is occurring, even though there's not usually anything said. It's just kind of known by both. And it was very similar, breathing with the Stargate, holding on to the Stargate, breathing with you guys, that this object, so to speak, this gateway is breathing. I don't know how else to say it. I'll have to confer with my friend and see what she experiences with the Stargate as well. Because wow, I've thought about getting one for myself. I have a very small space. So if you're interested in this, I don't have any affiliation with them, but the STARGATE Experience, Google that, and I believe that they probably have these in their shop. Or actually, I did look one time a while back, and they were kind of on pre-order. So if you feel that you are resonating with the sacred geometry that is coming in today, then check that out. Your solar star gateway. There are other gateways that came in today, and I pulled a couple cards before I came on, and there is a saying that comes along with these cards. I'll show them to you now. We've got one here that is the central sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. Feel into this card. You need a hug? Don't we all need a hug? Want a hug? It's one of those things from childhood that if you were fortunate to have parents that were that would be huggy or kissy, right? Okay, made out of bronze, base layer copper nickel, finished with a layer of 24 karat gold. Whoa, you looked it up. That is awesome. Thank you. Amazing. Wow, 24 karat gold. Speaking of gold, from the central sun, the solar plexus area, that is what's come up. So we've got both of these cards. We've got the central sun of abundance. We've got solar light upgrade, solar plexus, inner fire, and willpower. Let me see. Comments. Is a Stargate experience in America? Yes. However, they've been traveling the world recently. They've been to, I didn't experience this one. They were in Turkey, they were in Spain. I think the most recent one was Maui. I joined them on all those journeys. But they're also creating something where they're showing up, I think 3 times a month, assisting people to go through quantum leap Stargate activations. That ability to work with your clear senses and go to a totally different place and come back within moments, right? Some people see things, some people hear or smell something when they go to these locations. Other people are similar to me, where we're just kind of there and we're just kind of allowing and letting what needs to happen and just trusting that we're receiving what we have at the time. But it's really neat when they bring people on board, like from the chat, and start asking them what they feel and what they experience, because sometimes they can see even what is happening with the group, or they can give us an idea of what the location looked like. Some people have that ability to sense that. So we're tapping into our fire. We are feeling into the abundance that is bringing forth. Okay, so they're based in California. I did not know that. Awesome. Thanks for looking that up for all of us. Peace and joy. So again, we have sacred geometry. There's quite a bit through these cards, but I just showed you the Stargate, right? Check it out. This card even has the points. It has the welded points, like the bigger points on the ends. It looks like this is a sacred geometry day. Just breathe and absorb the sacred geometry as I hold these here now. And the other cards that came in, well, let me see. When I opened up to see which card I would actually kind of give you information about, it was the central sun that came in, the one with the scarab on there. And the message from the great central sun is shining brightly in your life and upon your world. This is the time to regenerate. Tiredness and old energies are being washed away. Old skins are being peeled off to reveal a sacred and more aligned you. Visualize yourself diving within until you find yourself arriving at a sun in the center of your galaxy, of your being, and invite it to encode your frequency with regeneration and energy. We often look at the sun outside of ourselves, but we don't often realize that we have a sun within us. Not only do we have the light in our hearts, we have the solar plexus, our powerhouse, our fire. And so it's talking about the shedding, the wood snake that we just came out of, the shedding of the skin. They put it in a different way. The peeling away of things that do not serve us. We are like onions, guys. If you know the movie Shrek, we're like an onion, you know? We have many, many layers. Maybe you're a cake that has layers. And maybe there's a layer that you don't need anymore. Sometimes I eat cake and some of the frosting is too sweet for me. So I kind of peel it or cut it away. So feel into that. Feel into bringing the sun in. Feel into any layers that you feel. It's kind of like our skin, how we take care of our skin, how we will use these loofahs, right? And we'll kind of scrub and we'll shed old skin cells, which allows what, guys? Why do we trim up our hair? Why do we exfoliate? This might be for more gals than guys. I don't know. Guys are exfoliating these days. Guys can exfoliate. It creates regeneration in the cells, right? It allows for the new to come to the surface. So that is what we are doing on a day-to-day basis. We are shedding, not just physically, but our eyelashes, our hair follicles. These are all regenerated within this bodily form, assisted by the water that is in our form. Yeah, it's a great thing to look at those inner qualities of us, whether they be light or be dark, and the biggest question is, like, do you like what you're feeling? Do you enjoy what you are in your doing in life? Are you able to bring enjoyment in the doing in your life? Shed the things that you don't need anymore. Don't hold on to them anymore. We're kind of like, sometimes we're like hoarders, you know, energetically. We think we still need something as a safety mechanism, and it's not necessary anymore. I'll have to go back and listen to the message that came through with the Stargate, but one thing I get a sense of is the energies are so supportive at this time, and they're going to continue to amplify that supportedness. Doesn't mean that crazy things aren't going to happen. It doesn't mean that we won't be feeling happy one day and a little like another day. There are fluctuations happening, and it's important to know that even when we're not feeling like our high vibe self, there's still energetic work being done there. So pay attention to your bodies, pay attention to the rest you need. 2 days ago, I had a lot of energy. I was working on some things, and then all of a sudden it plummeted. And I felt like I needed to lay down and take a nap, and I did. I slept for 2 hours. And in the middle of that 2 hours, I was listening to a Pleiadian message. And what was interesting is right before I started to kind of like come back to like being in my body, right, from sleep, I felt a pushing on the left side of me. And what I noticed was the pushing was there, and it was kind of like push, push. But my arm didn't move. I didn't have any movement here. It was all an energetic push. So there was something needed for me to not be in the mind, not be doing, and to just completely lay down and have rest for whatever energy was wanting to assist me at that time. I'll say it like that, because I don't really, I was listening to the Pleiadians, could have been the Pleiadians, because that's who I was connecting with at the time. Activations with JJ. She's a great channel on YouTube of light language and tones and earth grid walking. She's connecting with the earth, and she's actually bringing people on her Instagram to join her, which is difficult for me to like see her there. I enjoy her on YouTube a little bit more, but someone to check out if that's resonating with you. Speaking of Pleiadian activation, coming together, harmony in the heavens and resolution. So feel in to this sacred geometry now. I'll bring it in a little closer. And just breathe it in and feel. Christed energy, crystalline energy, rainbow crystalline codes. There was someone here that said that they saw colors around me. I don't remember who that was now, but I'm kind of curious, like they saw a white light. I kind of feel like the sacred geometry is within me. You guys can let me know if you feel like it is within you as well. Pleiadian activation. If you're here now, it's because you do have a connection to the Pleiadians. And again, we'll put these together. There's something there. There's a lot of charge in this Stargate. I can still feel it. And the last card that came through is the Crystal Skull of Wisdom. Clarity, divine healing, and high vibrational energy. Crystal Skull. If you were with me for the month of December, I had all these different crystal skulls that came to me from someone on Facebook that donated to me so that I could create an art piece with it. There are some times where people are done with their crystals or they just release them, and I was able to receive a ton of crystal skulls, at least I think 10 of them, maybe 12 of them. I think it was less than 12 when I asked that question. That's something to look up. There's a lot of information on the crystal skull and the wisdom it brings forth. Maybe this is a sign for you to meditate with a crystal skull. I didn't quite know what to do with these skulls when I got them. Anytime I used to see them in shops, I was always looking at them going, that's a bit morbid. Which is funny because before that, before my energetic awareness came into play, I loved all things skull and crow, and I loved reading books like Anne Rice books, vampires and werewolves. I don't know if I would like those books anymore, but I really enjoyed them then. I liked going into the supernatural world. I felt more at home there in that world than I did necessarily in this world. And now look how much that shifted for me. I feel like I belong here. So the skull is kind of a death of, again, a shedding, a death of different parts of the ego self over time. So what is the crystal skull bringing forth for you to allow to pass away from this world that's not needed? Are there certain habits you have in your life? Just different ways of looking at all the little things you do in life. You can take this week and you can question those things. Why do I brush my teeth at this time? Why do I take this way to work? Why does that person always upset me? Why does that person always make me feel great? Different things to feel into as the observer. Can you be the observer of your habits, your emotions, your thoughts? And how can you elevate your life by paying attention with intention? Well, guys, I'm going to see if there are any questions. Oh, okay. Shasta, you've seen my colors. Shasta Robert 1. Shasta Robert 1. Oh, hey, Shasta Robert 1. I know who you are. You've seen my colors? That's pretty cool. You never told me that. Amazing. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me today at 11:11 Pacific time, live with love. It's a pleasure to always have you here. It's a pleasure to connect with you. When I connect with you, I'm also connecting with myself and bringing practice to myself. So thank you very much for being here. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow at 11:11 Pacific time. And as always, we are one. One heart, one light, and one breath. Enjoy the rest of your day and know that you are loved.